In a world of hunger and fear, who was the one that closed their eyes, listened to the whispers of the night, and reminded the tribe that they were more than just survival 10 million years ago? Pisces was not only the sign of compassion and imagination, they were the one who dreamed the dreamer of the tribe. The tribe worked from dawn to dusk. Warriors had hunted with spears. Gatherers combed the forests for roots and berries. Builders stacked stone against storms. At night, they collapsed around the fire bodies, exhausted eyes dull with hunger and fear. Survival was their only thought. Laughter was rare. Silence was heavy. Hope was fragile. But Pisces' eyes always wandered upward, tracing constellations across the night sky, or downward, following the shimmering reflection of stars in the river. Where others saw exhaustion, Pisces saw patterns. Where others saw darkness, Pisces saw stories. They were not the strongest, nor the fastest, nor the most practical. But when the fire burned low and despair crept in, Pisces lifted their voice. They told stories not just to entertain, but to transform fear into wonder. Tales of ancestors walking among the stars of beasts that carried wisdom disguised as claws of rivers that sang lullabies to guide the lost. Children leaned close, their eyes wide, forgetting hunger. Elders listened, tears glinting in firelight, remembering the dignity of life beyond toil. For a moment, the tribe felt they were more than fragile bodies. They were part of something eternal. Yet not everyone believed. Some mocked Pisces. We cannot eat stories. Warriors scoffed, calling them weak, useless, a burden. Builders shook their heads at the hours Pisces spent smearing berries into colors or humming to the night sky. And yet time and again, when hope frayed to breaking it, was Pisces who pulled them back from the edge. A sickness swept through the tribe. Children burned with fever, warriors coughed blood, elders whispered of death. Fear hung thicker than smoke. No hunt could cure it. No shelter could protect them. As bodies trembled, Pisces sat among them, not with herbs or weapons, but with presence. They knelt beside the sick, their hands cool against burning brows, their voice weaving soft stories of dawn that always follows darkness, of ancestors waiting on the other side, of love that did not end with breath. Slowly the cries quieted, faces eased, some lived, some did not, but all passed through the night with a little more peace. The tribe realized something new. Spirit was as vital as food. Without Pisces, they might have survived the illness, but they would have lost their humanity. Still, Pisces' visions went further. They dreamed of rivers that whispered secrets of hidden springs beyond the mountains. One night they woke, trembling eyes wide. I saw it, they whispered, a clear stream flowing north of the rocks. Many scoffed, dreams are not maps. But desperation gnawed the water nearby, had grown foul, dark, dangerous. Arguments broke out. Some said it was foolish to follow a dream. Others clung to the hope. At last, led by Pisces' vision, a group set out. Days of stumbling through thorn and stone passed. Doubt gnawed at them. Whispers cursed Pisces. And then there it was, a spring bursting from stone cold, clear alive. They fell to their knees, drinking, laughing, weeping. Even the doubters stared at Pisces with awe. Perhaps dreams were not foolish after all. That day, Pisces' role shifted. They were no longer only the teller of stories, but the seer of paths unseen. Whether by intuition, spirit, or miracle, they had led the tribe to life when logic had failed. But the deepest gift came during winter. Cold pressed into bones, wind howled through gaps, laughter vanished. Silence grew heavy, threatening to crush the spirit of the tribe. Pisces could not let it happen. They crushed berries, mixed ash and clay, smeared colors onto cave walls. They drew the shapes of hunts and rivers, beasts and stars, hands and fire. With each stroke, the walls came alive. Children gasped, reaching out to touch. Elders wept, seeing their lives reflected not as fleeting moments, but as symbols eternal. By firelight, the paintings glowed like spirits dancing across stone. For the first time, the tribe felt immortal. The cave became sacred, not because it held shelter, but because it held memory. Pisces had given them something beyond survival identity. The tribe could now see themselves not only as people fighting to live, but as a people whose lives mattered enough to be remembered. Yet this path carried pain. To feel so deeply meant every loss carved into Pisces like a blade. When a child died, they wept harder than the mother. When an elder passed, they sat in silence for days, unable to eat. Some called them too soft, too fragile, and Pisces sometimes wished they could harden, numb themselves, feel less. But they never could. Their heart was porous, their spirit open. And though it hurt, it was this very openness that gave them the strength to heal others. If you are a Pisces today, perhaps you know this ache. To carry feelings others avoid. To be dismissed as too dreamy, too emotional, too fragile. And yet, just as it was in the tribe, this is not weakness. This is your strength. Because when others forget what it means to be human, you remind them. When others fall into silence, you bring song. When others see only darkness, you imagine light. Life, 10 million years ago, was merciless. Aries may have fought. Taurus may have guarded Gemini, may have connected Cancer, may have nurtured Leo, may have led Virgo, may have healed Libra, may have balanced Scorpio, may have strategized Sagittarius, may have explored Capricorn, may have built Aquarius, may have envisioned, but Pisces dreamed. Pisces turned fear into stories, sorrow into song, darkness into hope. Because Pisces dreamed, the tribe remembered they were not only bodies fighting to live, They were souls learning to mean something. So when you look at the stars, when you see the constellation of Pisces swimming endlessly across the night, remember this. Truth long before poems, long before music, long before art, your spirit had already taken its place. You were there, whispering stories in the sickness, guiding the thirsty to rivers unseen, painting lives upon stone. You were the dreamer of the tribe,